day to you. Good morning. Welcome in the live stream of the Eric Zane Show podcast, brought to you by Tag Accounting, tagcpa.net. I got the first evidence arriving in the mail that said, all right, it's tax time. You gave $10 to the church this year, you poor bastard. Sorry. Nevertheless, tax season is approaching, and since I'm a returning customer to Tag Accounting, I got that notice in the mail, too. It says, hey, coming up on this date is your tax day. What are you going to do? Are you going to go see the little tax hobbit? Yes, indeed. I want to see his beautiful, shining, little, tiny face and his little hobbit-like hands working feverishly, giving me my return information. Anywhere in the United States, call upon Tag Accounting to get it done. Yes, a local firm here in West Michigan, but still able to do taxes anywhere in the USA. Don't let this slide. In fact, call right now. He's available. Reach out, 616-301-9516. And this isn't like some ham and egg, or he's just sitting there sweating it out, white-knuckling it, picking up the phone. Hello, yeah, all right, I'll do your taxes. No, he's got a full staff of people, okay? 616-301-9516. Awesome dude. Troy Genser. Thanks for sponsoring the show. Troy, the Kent County Health Department here in my neck of the woods, Kent County, Michigan. I'm in Ottawa County, but Kent County's right next door. It's one of the biggest counties in the state of Michigan. And they're informing people about what to do with the vaccine and keeping you updated on everything you need to know. Any COVID testing sites, all at accesskent.com/health. Okay. Check. A&E, heating and cooling, with plenty of reasons to reach out to Joe Martinez, 616-516-8579 for Senor Martinez at A&E Heating and Cooling. If you want all of the viruses killed in your home, you need to install the Remy Halo. What is that? Well, it hooks right into your air conditioning and heating systems. And, what happens is the air passes over these kind of like, particular type of lighting and purification that actually, on a microscopic level, kills everything that's floating, circulating through the air in your home. You will have a healthier home. You will breathe easier, knowing that all of the viruses, the bacteria, the pollen, the dust, all of that stuff, the pet dander, mold spores are all being removed through your home, okay? Save $100 when you mention that you heard it right here on the Eric Zane Show podcast. 616-516-8579. Again, it's known as the Remy Halo, REMI-HALO. Look it up. All the information is right there about this damn thing. Really, really cool. Okay, it is Monday, January 11th, 2021. Coming to you from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. The Eric Zane Show podcast begins now. All that big, bold lead up, and then I didn't have the stupid thing plugged in. It's embarrassing. Hello, this is Crank. The Eric Zane Show podcast begins now.
Hey, everybody, this is Crank, also known as the White John Coffee. When I'm not busy servicing my Ford or cleaning up after my 4 tax deductions, I listen to the Eric Zane Show podcast, and so should you.
Yep.
Don't forget to support his sponsors, because, hey, let's face it, the guy's not that talented, and he needs all the help he can get.
It's true. Thank you very much, Jason. And I got your new intro. Thank you. I think that was you sent a new intro. Wasn't it? I don't know. This is the daily show where I cover news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. You can enjoy the show one of several ways. You got, of course, the audio podcast available for download anywhere, wherever you download podcasts, Eric Zane Show. Or just go to ericzaneshow.com and click where it says free podcast. Hit the subscribe button. I shouldn't have to explain this stuff to you people nowadays. It should be as simple as just turning on a radio. But not everybody gets that. So you can download to your heart's content onto your mobile device or your desktop or your laptop, whatever you want to do. It's all there. Subscribe. Also rate it and review it. I would appreciate it. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. It's brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. Now that element, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all live. Like right now, you can watch it and listen to it. Okay? Thank you very much. If you are on Facebook, hit the share button right now. Share it. Let's see if we can get more than the record of 13 shares. I know that sounds embarrassingly low, but what are you going to do? Thank you on Facebook for being part of the show. YouTube, a Periscope video that's brought to you by Blue Frost IT. Okay. Retweet it, please. I would appreciate that. And on YouTube, brought to you by F45 in Byron Center, Michigan. YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, Eric Zane Show. Hit the bell notification. That way you'll know when I'm on. And then, of course, like it, the thumbs up button. These are all fun little things that help your old pal Eric. When you hear about sponsors, please remember them. I post about them all the damn time. And engage the sponsors when you can, because when you spend your hard-earned dollars, even just a few, with my sponsors, and let them know that you're a listener of the Eric Zane Show podcast, that's how this works. That's how I've been able to manage this for just over 2 years in this cramped content environment. Seems to work. I'll do it as long as I can. And then when it doesn't work anymore, well, then I'll just sail off into the sunset. But I hope that isn't anytime soon, because I really feel like we're on to something here. Okay, I also am on Instagram. That's brought to you by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, Eric Zane Show on Instagram. Instagram, that is. You can email me whenever you want, eric@ericzaneshow.com, with questions, comments, concerns, hate, love, whatever it may be. Okay? If you're going to hate, be fair about your hate. Okay? The Shoreliners Striping inbox. Know that I'm a fragile flower, and I'll probably go, oh, God, everybody hates. You won't believe what I was bummed out about this weekend, and I just got the reconciliation as to what happened, because I was all freaked out that on my Thursday show, which was post the Capitol deal on January 6th, so that would be the 7th, obviously. And, I was very frank with you. It wasn't exactly a funny show. And I was like, man, I this is how I feel. And, I was genuinely concerned with how the audience would respond to it. Now, well, all I can tell is it seems to have been processed very well by the audience. I got a lot of positive feedback. I actually got zero negative feedback on what I said. I tried to be fair about how I felt. And I tried not to be insulting about it. And I don't think I was. But this weekend, I noticed that my Twitter followers, which I'll be honest with you, have been continuously dwindling over the years since my time on the radio, actually since my time on Freeburn Hot Wings, which is coming up on 5 years since being fired from them. It's gone down. It's never, ever gone up. It's always just slowly but surely dwindled away. So whatever. I mean, I do what I can. But it seems to have been slower to dwindle as time has passed. It's like it's bottoming out, But over the weekend, like 200-300 people vanished. And I'm like, what the fuck? What did I do? I mean, seriously, was it that bad? Because I didn't see that. I didn't get the impression that it was what I had said was taken so poorly, So then I heard also then, and that made me feel a little bit better, I guess, that Twitter and Facebook have been just fucking slash and burn type of cutting people out based on the things that they say on political reasons, things like that. And so they've been like deleting accounts or banning people. So I'm like, well, maybe that's it. Maybe I have a large number of people who had their accounts hijacked by Twitter because of shit they say, and now it's reflected in my numbers. Good news, bad news. It's not your good news, not your fault. Bad news, a lot of people that listen to your show were saying crazy shit. Oh, no. All right. Okay, a lot to get to today. SOHO Karen. Remember SOHO Karen? Mia Ponsetto or some shit like that. She's a sick bitch who attacked the guy in the 14-year-old kid. Give me my phone. I know you got it because you're black. Oh my God. She is in deep shit. And there's been all sorts of shit happening. The video of her when she got popped for a Dewey in October, her second one, where she's just out of control. And then she was interviewed by Gayle King, and CBS is so smart about this because they interview her and they air Friday, the first part of the interview with this sick bitch. And then on Monday, today, they're going to show the rest of it. After the interview, the news, she was arrested after the interview with Gayle King, and you won't believe the shit that she pulled on Gayle King. This brat, oh my God. So we got to talk about that. We got to talk about the thank you for your service policy at the Eric Zane Show podcast household when it comes to keeping shit and getting rid of shit for the new year. Golfer Justin Thomas. Oh my God. This guy. Justin Thomas. Okay. This is the thing. When you're golfing nowadays, you got to be careful because the microphones are going to pick you up saying nasty shit. He called himself a nasty name, and now the world's trying to cancel him. Can you get canceled for calling yourself a nasty name? I think they're going to try and cancel this guy. And his squirming. It's always whenever you see these guys twist in the wind after they say something, when they get caught saying something. And who was the NASCAR driver, Kyle, what's his face? Kyle Larson, the dude who, when he was playing the video game and called his buddy an N-word when they were live streaming the video game. Oh my God, the about face, and it worked. And so I think that Kyle Larson has a textbook as to how to fix this. And I think Justin Thomas immediately dove in on how to do that. Okay, I've told you stories about how when I'm sound asleep, I hear screaming in the bedroom, and I'm like, oh my God, and Diana scares the hell out of me. Well, screaming was heard in the bedroom again, and it's not what you think. I'll get to that. And plenty more. We've got Madison was involved in some controversy. That's a personal adventure. We've got the NFL. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about with the NFL. Son of a bitch. I am so stoked. In fact, my picks, I think I was, let's see, one win. No, I lost that. 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2. I was 4-2. That's not bad. That is not bad. I will talk about that. I know there's some people, members of the audience, who are really, really stoked, and others that are like, shit, man. Oh, man. I'm so hurt, man. This hurts more than my back. Oh, no, I take it back. Nothing hurts more than my back. I can't do any physical exercise for at least 7 or 8 years. Oh, man, I'm so sad. All right. And the NFL was on Nickelodeon. That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, but first off, so let me just say this. It's a little weird to me how now here we are days after the Capitol incident, how everybody now is dunking on Trump. That's a pretty easy fucking thing to do these days. And I don't know why everybody is going out of their way to just rub that guy's nose in shit. Was this fucked up beyond belief? And is he going to pay for it? Well, yeah, absolutely. And as well as I think he should. But I don't know. I thought that the fucking Schwarzenegger thing, I don't know if you saw this. I'm not going to play it. I'll link it up. You can watch it on your own. Yes, Arnold Schwarzenegger said, I got the opportunity that Schwarzenegger, this is how it felt to me. It felt to me like when Arnold Schwarzenegger is there talking about the terrible thing Donald Trump did, and he's comparing it to the rise of the Nazis, and And I'm not here to sit there and argue with Schwarzenegger. He seems to have his ducks in a row when it comes to history and shit like that. And if that's what the guy believes, it's what the guy believes. It's just the fucking level of drama that the amount of effort he put into this. And I don't think this helps anybody. I think that we are in a super, super precarious spot right now as a country. And like it or not, there were still 74 million people that voted for Trump. And I don't think now is the time to try to incite people. I really don't. Trump has to leave. And whether or not he's going to be impeached or kicked out of office, I don't know. That's a whole nother can of worms. But at the end of the day, this is going to end. And I don't know if rubbing everybody's fucking nose in it is going to help anything at this point in time. I mean, I think that the only person, I think that Schwarzenegger doing that, I mean, it's going to make the people who hate Trump hate him more and make them stand more boldly. I don't think we should be in a spot here where people are puffing up chests. You know, if you listen to the things Schwarzenegger said and went, yeah, we got to stand up and we got to fight, I don't know if that helps anybody. I don't want anyone fighting anymore. And I think that type of rah, 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 even if it is for something that you really, really believe in, at the end of the day, does that really do anything more than just make a bigger wall between two groups of people? Does it? Does it help? I don't think it helps in any fucking way. And then the effort that he made to make that all such a big fucking deal with the music and multiple camera angles, and I don't know, man. It's a little fucked up in my opinion. And you're doing it all now when, again, he can't say shit. He's neutered. There is silence. Do I like Trump? No. After all of this, I think it's all fucking just needs to go away. It's over. It is over. Him being silenced, that was an unbelievable thing that developed over just that on Friday. Twitter said, no, you're done. And after Facebook and Instagram already had quieted him, and then even Snapchat said, you can. Who knew the president was on Snapchat? Twitter was funny, or the internet was funny, because they were talking about how he's trying to reactivate his MySpace account. But dude being quiet. And then the other thing that developed that I thought was super interesting is the whole business about Parler being shut down. And you might be like, well, Zane, what do you think about that? What do you think about free speech being quieted? And I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and I want to say this without being insulting. Free speech is not in play here. No one was told they can't say whatever the fuck they want. Okay? This isn't him being neutered on the social media apps and Parler being shut down. These let me back up here. Parler, of course, is kind of like the place where a lot of people have been going who are sympathetic to Trump or are Trump supporters, because they're a little bit more lenient with what you can say on there. These other social media apps have been very, very strict about what you can and cannot say and things like that. So that's been a growing thing amongst people who might say something sympathetic to the president, or far worse, it turns out some really, really crazy shit has been said on Parler. Okay, so Parler, this platform, in order to get it, you have to get it through like the App Store, through Apple, or through Google, or whatever, wherever you may get the actual app. Okay, well, those are companies, private companies. They're not government companies. They're private companies. And I hate, for some of you, like, yeah, Zane, we know this. Now, some people don't quite get this. And so I just wanted to repeat it again. Again, not trying to insult you. Just this is where it comes from. These are private companies who don't want to be associated with that. So it's their right to do that as a business. Okay. If I started talking crazy shit, Patreon would cancel me. Audio Boom would cancel me. Facebook, well, Actually, none of those things would happen because I'm so fucking small, they don't care. But anyway, they wanted to do that. So I cannot dive into this is censorship waters with you. I don't agree with that at all. I don't think any of that is censorship. It's just them running their platforms the way they see fit. They have rules. So that's that. Him being silenced is massive, though. But again, I think it all comes back to you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. You either silence him or you risk him doing what he does. Either way, the folks that are sympathetic to him and would be apt to doing something crazy, like we saw the other day, I think they can be emboldened again. And I think that is a great concern. I'd be lying to you if I said that I was not concerned with some type of domestic terrorism taking place because people are pissed off. The folks that stormed the Capitol were bold enough to do that. In my opinion, they might be bold enough to do something even more extravagant or more organized. And I don't like that, and it scares the shit out of me. So while I talk about this and while I express it and say this is how I feel, I am being very, very careful not to come off as some fucking guy jumping on and beating the shit out of these people. I think anyone who tries to, like I said, dunk on Trump or fucking try to intimidate someone based, look what we did, fuck you, that type of shit is a mistake, and I'd be foolish to do that, and I'm not. I'm simply just saying this is what's happened. I'm analyzing it and then trying to do it respectfully. There was a number of arrests made over the weekend. You had a horn hat guy with no shirt. He ripped, by the way, good shape with the face paint. He was arrested. He's a QAnon dude. You had, which I didn't even know what QAnon was. Okay, I'd heard of it, but I'd never really gotten to the bottom of it. Oh my God, what an involved thing! So many layers to that. You had okay, here's my question. When people got into the Senate chamber, because they didn't get into the House chambers, but when they got into the Senate chambers, several of these people, at least two, had those wrist ties, those plastic things that you, when you're like kind of like handcuffs, those plastic handcuffs. What was going on there? I mean, what if Nancy Pelosi was there and they handcuffed her? I mean, then what? What do you do? Take her to jail or something? I mean, what the fuck? I mean, can you imagine being the guy with those plastic handcuffs and you do happen to not Pelosi, someone in the Senate, let's say Lindsey Graham is there, whatever, whoever. I don't even know any senators. You see some senator there and you're, all right, that's it. Let's cuff him and stuff him. And then they put the cuffs on him. And then what? What are you supposed to do? But so there's 40,000 tips that have come in about these folks that stormed the Capitol, trying to get to the bottom of it. I did see further video of when Ashley Babbitt was shot, and I didn't. A little bit more telling about the speaker's lobby, them getting into it. That's where the members of Congress were the second before. They cleared that, and then when she made the attempt to go in, it still doesn't seem right to me. There's a lot wrong with that entire video. First of all, there was 3 guys who looked like they were in college standing there, and they looked like mall rent-a-cops. And all those dudes and Babbitt were there pissed off, and they're screaming and yelling. And one of the guys there, I think he was he was on the premises, but he was saying to one of the guys, he goes, man, you're going to want to get out of here. I've seen people get hurt. It wasn't long after that the 3 rent-a-cops moved out of the way. And then the people started smashing the windows more. And then you see the gun. I don't know. Maybe the guy who had the gun said, but I didn't hear it. If anyone comes in there, I'm going to shoot you. But I don't know. Maybe he didn't have to. The lethal force being used was I mean, it was evident. And as soon as she got up there, you saw that happen. That was rough. Very, very rough. The video of the cop getting smashed between the door and the shield, screaming, oh, my God. What the fuck? And then heave. Oh, the mob pushing. That was some scary-ass shit right there, man. And then just there's just a lot of messy things still being looked at. Guy who had his feet on Pelosi's staff desk, he's busted. Dude carrying Pelosi's lectern, I think it's called, the piece of furniture, and waving at the camera, he's arrested. West Virginia state member of Congress in West Virginia, he rushed in saying, hey, I'm in. He arrested. He was stepped down. He stepped down from his job. So all this shit is just still unfolding. And Pelosi last night on 60 Minutes says, we're going to impeach his ass. This is it. So that will probably happen in the House. But then, it's just fucked up, because now that means that Biden has to come into office and more than likely have to deal with this, because McConnell says he's not going to fucking rush through anything. Oh, my God. I don't know, man. And the thing is, I don't understand the point of the impeachment. I don't know if there's bigger fish to fry, in my opinion. The fish would be the fucking pandemic. I mean, do we really want everybody sidled with all this bullshit? The idea that if you impeach the guy and they're successful, and I don't think that they would be successful. I don't think they have the support. Maybe they do, but maybe it'll change over time. But I don't know, man. The idea that then he would not be able to run for president again in 4 years. Whatever. Okay. To me, that's a mistake. I think that they should sidestep that. But what the fuck do I know? I'm just a big mouth with a stupid podcast. Okay. So closer to home. All right. Moving on. I don't have any more to say about that. Spare you anymore. But so, man, I walk into the house on Saturday, and doesn't take long before I notice that Madison is sitting at the kitchen table. She's got her hood on, and she's kind of like skulking and like not really looking at me. And Diana, oh, hey, I'm like, hey, whatever. It's just out getting some groceries or whatever. And then she's like, I have something to tell you. Now, when you hear that, you're just like, wait a minute. Something's about to happen. So then I have about 3 seconds to gather information. So I'm, looking around the room. I see Madison kind of looking not happy. I get a little closer look. I see she's crying. Now, when I hear I have something to tell you and my daughter's crying, you got to understand, I'm a parent who became a grandparent when I was 41. So I'm always on guard for the next pregnancy. So I'm like, or 42, I take it back. I think it was 42. 42? Yeah. And so I go, who's pregnant? Madison, are you pregnant? No, my God, no. Oh, my God. Oh, thank God. Madison had a little bit of a fender bender. Now, a little bit of a fender bender is an understatement. It wasn't a little bit of a fender bender. A little bit of a fender bender is when you go oopsie bumpy, and then oops, look at that little dent. Oh, that's a little fender bender. Yeah, a crumpled hood that looks like a fucking triangle. And when you started the car, it sounds like because everything's grinding into the motor because you failed to stop and you didn't have your eyes on the road and you smashed into the giant jacked up fucking pickup truck at a light. That's not an oopsie fender bender. That's you smashed into somebody and your car is fucked beyond belief. Son of a bitch. I'm going to jump around on this story a little bit. Stick with me. Yesterday, after the dust settled, I had this conversation with her. Madison, You've been driving for not that long. You've been in, as far as I know, 2 accidents. You are so lucky that no one or you is hurt or dead in those 2 accidents. It's a matter of time before that happens if you continue to be shitty while you're driving. I didn't say that. I go, so look, honey, I'm just being honest here. That is a horrible, horrible thing. You're off to a terrible start. You're going to need to be more focused on the road. The story I got was, and I believe her, but you never know. Kids are the best liars in the business. Oh my God. I don't know what's a better liar. Kid in trouble or cheating husband or wife. Cheating husband, I think, is best. Okay, but kid in trouble is right up there with cheating husband. Cheating husband is, oh my God, the best liar in the world. They come up with some crazy shit. But lying kid and kid in trouble, that's something to be reckoned with. It's a force. What I wanted to say was it's a force to be reckoned with, but it took me an hour to say it. So, I mean, I was literally there. I was literally reaching down because, like, literally the floor mat was literally covering the brake pedal, Dad. And I literally looked down. And when I went down to pull it, I literally had to pull it off of there. I literally looked up and I literally smashed into this pickup truck, Dad, because I was looking down at the floor mat and trying to get it to literally get off of the brake pedal. I'm like, okay. All right. So now the car already looked like it had been in one of those, like like in some of those races in NASCAR when they're all going the same speed, and in the span of 1 second, every car passes by because they're all a centimeter apart and moving at the same exact speed. And then one in the lead gets a little sideways, and then they all go piling up like the fucking Tour de France. And then the one rolls for like 10, 11, 12 miles, by the time it's done moving, all it is parts and a guy laying there who somehow miraculously gets up and goes, wow, I can't believe I'm okay. That's what Madison's car looked like before the accident. Oh, my God, there's duct tape holding this thing together because, again, she had crashed into someone else, and she, strangely enough, was struck. Her vehicle was struck while it was in the street one time by some other idiot kid who doesn't know how to drive. So it already looked like fuck. But she hit this person, and then so they go, well, everybody's okay. I go, okay, great. So and it turns out that we know the guy who she hit. That happens a lot. I've actually had that happen. Someone hit me who I knew around here. Everybody knows each other around here, man. Small town. So I go, so what? Well, the police weren't called. I go, okay. I always heard that that's supposed to happen, but then she probably would have gotten a ticket. But whatever. If you guys worked it out, you worked it out. I'm just taking this info as it comes. But the car is fucked now. It is drivable, but I think it's only drivable for a short amount of time. I haven't even, other than popped my head out and looked at it in the garage at the folded hood and everything's all bashed in on the Civic. And I go, all right, enough. White flag. We got to figure this out. First of all, getting it fixed is not an option. It costs thousands to repair the car, and it's just not worth it. So it's essentially a disposable car. So, truth be told, she wanted to buy a new car. She had been saving up her money. So now is the time to go get that taken care of. It's time to finally cash in and say, all right, enough. So I reached out to my friends at Sarah Honda. This isn't an ad, but I reached out to Cameron over there, and I said, hey, buddy, I'm coming to see you on Monday. This is going to be one of those. Hey, we'll give you top dollar for your trade because they have like a certain amount that they'll give minimum. Push, pull, or drag it in. Yeah, that we're going to be dragging it in. And that's whatever you can give me for this stupid piece of shit. The thing, though, was a absolute workhorse, this Civic. 240,000 miles. And it pisses me off because if Madison hadn't destroyed it, it probably would have been good for 300,000 easy. See, that's what I tell you about Honda vehicles. But, just fucking stop. Stop doing everything except driving. Would you fucking just look at the road before you kill someone? And that was my big thing. I let when it comes to this, I did something that I don't do when it comes to parenting. Okay, I didn't freak out. I always freak out. This time I did something different, and it went against everything that my senses were telling me to do because I started having a fucking panic attack and freaking out, and I just kept it all in. I didn't say shit. I didn't say a word when it all went down. I just laid low. And so she's freaking out, and I go, okay, well, let's just think about that. I did the old Marty Bird from Ozark. I go, okay, all right, well, let's just calm down here. Everything's going to be fine. Just glad you're not hurt. I'm glad that other person isn't hurt. No big deal. It's just a car. It's just a car. Whatever. Could be worse. Let's just calm down. And then meanwhile, inside, I'm like freaking out. I want to strangle somebody, man. Holy shit. So, but just chilled, and eventually it faded. I think I need to bring that style into play more often because it worked. I actually feel good about it. And then that's it. So just glad she's okay. Folks, it was a football weekend like no other. My God, NFL wild card round. This is a great weekend when you have 6 really, really meaningful football games. And if you're like, I don't give a shit about football, well, you're fucking missing it then, okay? Because it's drama and it's history and it's awesome. And how about the Bills fans and the Browns fans? I mean, take it. I talked about this late last week. Take it from a fan of football who has just been starving for anything good for as long as I've been alive, as long as I've followed the Lions. I was 10 years old when I started following the Lions, but nothing but shit since. For 40 years, just a fucking shit show. So I know what it's like for fans that have had a horrible time. Bills, probably the worst in football because you got so close for 4 straight years and you screwed it up every year. Now here you are. You're probably going to screw it up again this year because the Chiefs are there waiting. But what the hell, you beat the Colts 27-24. Incredible. One of the things I noticed about this game, something I've never noticed before because I've never really sat and watched a game that Phillip Rivers is in, even though the guy's been playing football for like 17 years. Maybe longer. I don't know. That guy throws the ball weird. I don't know how this is the 5th the 5th greatest passer in the history of the NFL. Seriously, this guy is like, there's only 4 people better than him ever to play quarterback, statistically, and he throws it like he's a guy who's rehabbing a shoulder surgery or a guy who actually has like a prosthetic arm, man. Did you ever see in the movie Napoleon Dynamite when Uncle Rico throws the steak and he throws it that weird way? That's what Phillip Rivers throws it like, yet he manages as well as he does. But the Bills win. Bills Mafia, Stu McAllister, anybody else who loves the Bills, my God, that is sweet. Like I said, 4-2 on my picks. Okay, Seahawks and Rams. I didn't know shit about this game, but the Rams win it. All right. Okay, again, I just remember the Rams were good a couple of years ago, and I haven't remembered a single thing about them. They got rid of Todd Gurley. The coach still looks like he's 11 years old. Okay, great. They win. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers beat Washington. I almost said the R word, Washington football team. That sets up a really interesting game in the divisional playoffs, divisional round. this coming weekend. I'll get to that. Okay, these next three. First of all, the Bears, their defense was really good, and the Saints couldn't really figure them out too much in the first half, but eventually that defense is going to get tired, and let's face it, it's a flat-out miracle that they got to this point in the first place with Mitchell Trubisky. It's one of the greatest efforts in the history of football. The Bears going 8-8 and getting into the playoffs, I think, is more significant than the Miami Dolphins running the table back in 1970, whatever. It's a flat-out miracle, okay? They get beaten by the Saints 21-9. Lil Drew Brees working his way to the end of his career, amazingly. He gets the win. And then, oh boy, let's talk about this first of all. The Browns and the Steelers, that was the last game of the weekend. And in the blink of an eye, the Browns were up 28-0 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that is great news. I go, see what's going on in the game. You see 28-0. My gosh, the Steelers, those assholes. The first play, Fatlessberger is standing there, hike, and the ball goes over his fucking head or whatever, and then the Browns fall on it in the end zone. Game over at that point. The Steelers got one touchdown late in the half, and then the Browns marched down the field. They put it was 35-7 at the half. And then the Browns kind of coasted on the way in. Steelers got a bunch of points to make it look respectable, 48-37. But congrats to the Browns fans, too, because they're as pathetic. Now, they're not as pathetic as the Lions fans. They've been through the ringer. But don't forget, the Browns, that's a different franchise. The Ravens are the Browns. The Ravens were in Cleveland, and then Art Modell moved that team to Baltimore. So that's essentially where Cleveland went, and then they did an expansion of the league and put a new team, called them the Cleveland Browns there. So whatever. The fans there are happy. That's great. And the Steelers, how about you? Nice end of the season, you bunch of assholes. Holy shit, did you guys tank? You started off so hot, and you just, oh, God, you fucked it all up. That was ugly. Screw you. And then, oh, man, I did not see this coming, but the Titans lose at home. The Ravens win at 20-13. This was all Lamar. This guy is an absolute beast. Some drama in this that I wasn't aware of. Maybe if you were a little closer to the game, you were well aware of it. But the Ravens were pissed off because earlier in the year, the Titans and them played. And the Ravens felt that the Titans disrespected them by, I don't know, stretching or doing some team unity thing. I'm not really particularly sure on all the details on the Ravens logo earlier in the year. So when the Ravens sealed the game, they picked it off and went running on the field. And, they started like dancing on the logo. One guy was sitting on the Titans logo. And then when the game ended, they did not shake hands. So that's kind of a bitch move, I think. I don't know. I mean, I would like to. Can we at least just for once have a moment where it's somebody saying, I'm going to be the bigger man and just show that we've got some class? But no, now it's amped up even more because the Ravens acted like assholes on the fucking logo. Oh, my God. This is basically the excuse. They said, it wasn't about respect. It wasn't about disrespect. It was about team unity. The celebration on the Titans logo. No, it was about disrespect. Don't lie to me. It was absolutely, you were pissed off and you wanted to rub your asshole on their logo. That's not about team unity. That's you wanting to get yours. That's like the theme of this whole show. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger dunking on Trump. The Ravens dunking on the Titans after the game is won is absolutely about disrespect. Don't fucking what do they say? Piss on my back and tell me it's raining. It's piss. This is an emotional football game. Sometimes you act out of emotion. Ravens defensive end Derek Wolfe said, I felt like it was a good time to go ahead and do that. So we did it. It wasn't a disrespect thing. It was team unity. Like sure, go rub your asshole on the logo. That's team unity, you dumb dick. So we're going to go out there and take a little bit of revenge. I don't think it's a big deal. Baltimore defensive end Gayle Campbell, I think I say that right, who flexed on the Titans logo, told the NFL Network when asked about the gathering at midfield, respect is earned. Yes. Peters ended the Titans' hope for a comeback with 2 minutes remaining, picked off Ryan Tannehill, the Ravens 40, bolted to the middle of the field, leapt on the logo, dropped the ball there, shouted at the Titans sideline with his arms extended. Pro Bowl cornerback Marlon Humphrey sat on the logo. Middle linebacker Patrick Queen waved at the Tennessee sideline. Ravens penalized 15 yards, no biggie. Lamar knelt on it. Ran off the field without shaking hands with the Titans, waving at his teammates to do the same. That's a bitch move. Hang on. Come on, man. I felt it was just disrespect to see what went on before the game the last time we played those guys. And they were standing on our logo and seeing them get into it with our coach, Jackson said. That was just disrespectful because we treat all of our opponents with respect. It wasn't no reason for us to shake hands and stuff like that. We'll be the bigger guy. So we just walked off the field. Well, that's not being the bigger guy, Lamar. I mean, you're a great football player, and you had that was a terrific performance, and you earned that victory. But that's not being the bigger guy, okay? You're actually being the same level guy or worse. So we just walked off the field. I feel like we were being the bigger guys. That's not being a bigger guy. Tennessee offensive tackle Dennis Kelly doesn't understand why the Ravens responded that way because he said the Titans have huddled at midfield before games the entire season. Yeah, whatever, dude. I don't know what that whole disrespectful thing came from, Kelly said. If that's what Harbaugh wanted to use to motivate the team, I guess it worked. Titans coach Mike Vrabel declined to get into specifics over the Ravens midfield celebration not shaking hands after the game. I coached the Titans, not the Ravens, Vrabel said. All right. Peters wasn't made available to reporters after the game, and Harbaugh wasn't asked about his players' celebration. Well, somebody didn't do their job. Ask him about that. That's what we want to know. Lamar, after the game, he said this.
Lamar, what does it feel like to win a playoff game?
It feels good. I'm happy we got it done. All phases played great today.
He sounds like Tyson.
We know it's going to be a tough matchup,
I want to hear him say he wants to eat his children.
They beat us 2 times that I've been here. I'm just happy we got the victory, man. Our team played great today. We finished finally. We finished.
Lamar, they jumped on you guys early. What changed after they went up 10-0?
Yeah, we stayed.
How much do you think Kenny is pissed off about this? I haven't looked at the comments, but I imagine if I go there, it's going to be all Kenny's little avatar there with numerous, man, it's fucking bullshit, man. This hurts as bad as my back.
Focus, we didn't get rattled. My coaches didn't get rattled. We had to put points on the board. We drove the ball pretty good.
I have felt this bad since Grogu left the Mandalorian, man. It breaks my heart.
I threw an interception, a dumb interception. But
yeah, I thought that was funny. He swears and gets all.
We had to put points on the board. We drove the ball pretty good. I threw an interception, a dumb interception. But we kept fighting, and we made it happen.
All right, I'm not gonna play anymore. I'll spare you the rest of that.
You told me.
But dumbass, I'm still mad at myself. So that now this is how it's going to shake out for the weekend. Another great weekend, except only 4 games. The Green Bay Packers have been waiting for the Rams. That is Saturday at 4:35. And then Saturday in the evening, the Bills host the Ravens. Shit, yeah. Come on, Bills. And then, all right, first of all, the Packers will beat the Rams, in my opinion. The Bills, they got to beat the Ravens, right? They got to? Man, I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't know how I feel about it. If the Bills hadn't fucked up all these years and the Ravens with that real momentum, my God, I don't know. It's going to be tough. I'm going to go with the Bills in that one, though. The Chiefs hosting the Browns, come on. There is no way in hell the Chiefs lose to the Browns. If the Browns win, that'll be one of the biggest upsets ever. And then the Saints and the Buccaneers. Drew Brees versus Tom Brady one more time. That is the Sunday game. Sunday, the 6:40 p.m. start. Who is it going to be, man? Is it going to be Tom Brady or Drew Brees in that one? Boy, there's a lot of great players on the Saints. Alvin Kamara. I'm going to go with the Saints in that one. So it'll be the Saints and the Packers in the NFC Championship game, taking on the Chiefs and the Bills. And then it's going to be the Chiefs and the Pack in the Super Bowl. It has to be. Just like way back when. What Super Bowl was that? Chiefs and the Pack. Was it one? So was it Super Bowl one? I don't know. Way back when. Way back when. Something else that went on over the course of the game was on Nickelodeon. They actually had the Saints. Wait, was it the Saints game? Yeah, it was the Saints game. They had like the simulcast was on Nickelodeon. So, and I don't know why they did this. I think the goal was, their theory was, hey, let's put football on Nickelodeon, and we'll just have like some superimposed graphics when they score a touchdown. We'll shoot slime into the end zone, which, by the way, the whole concept of you're going to get slimed, I don't know. It seems like bukkake training ground for me. And I'm really uncomfortable with the whole idea of, hey, let's fling some slime at you and douse the child in slime. It's this real weird vibe that I get that just seems creepy to me. I just don't like it at all. But anyway, that's just me. Yeah, you score a touchdown and all this slime goes shooting everywhere. It's just ridiculous and stupid. And then the announcers are real like dumb and basic, and they've got some kid in the booth with them, some young kid, and they're like making all these explanations about football. Now that there on the field is a flag, and when a flag, that means someone did something wrong. It's like really, really stupid, and just God, I so dumb, because I mean, kids know what the fuck football is all about, right? I mean, it's not like anybody. Kids know about football because they've watched football, and if it's not like there's going to be some kid going, "Oh man, I normally watch Nickelodeon for the slime show, but oh my God, I'm so excited with this football game." Well, this is what they got when the microphones were on one of the refs. The ref's making a call, and you know how when the mic is on, it's like anybody near him, whatever they say can be picked up by the ref's mic. Well, that happened here.
That was money. Appreciate it. Bounds on his own. All right.
Okay, so you hear the kid say, appreciate it, and then you hear the last part of what the official said, and then you hear, what the fuck?
That was money. Appreciate it. Bounds on his own. All right. Let's.
So there was the problem. It was running 85 is Cole Kmet.
What the fuck?
That was money. Appreciate it. Bounds on his own. All right. Let's.
So there was the problem. It was running 85 is Cole Kmet.
Okay, so there you go. That was the big hot mic for the kids on Nickelodeon. Get slimed, and there's your F-bomb for you. That's the open of the Eric Zane Show podcast. It's brought to you by TC Paintball. We've got a paintball event coming up in 10 days. Thursday, the 21st of January. It's Paintball War 11. One bourbon, one shot. I'm sorry, one bourbon, one scotch, one kidney. Pizza party to get started at 6 p.m. for this Thursday night affair. And then paintball fun all the way up till 9 o'clock. All right, we're going to cap it at 20, 25? I don't know. We're about halfway there right now, so I need more of you. If you want to participate, reach out, Eric@ericzaneshow.com. Don't be shy about that. I mean, get to it as soon as you can, because I hate sweating it. If you think you're going to be there, let me know. Or respond to the event page or the event invite on Facebook. I have it posted there as well. Yeah, we'll be in attendance. So $35 is the cost. Again, it starts off with the pizza party and the soft drinks. You got to wear the mask. You got to be socially distant. And then that's in like the lobby waiting area. When you're playing, you're good. You got a mask on. You're trying to stay away from each other. This paintball was made for a pandemic. $35, mask, paint, and gun. You get all that. And if you want, you can buy more. You can even rent more armor. Okay. So there you go. We can do a version of Capitol Police versus protester. Terrible joke. Absolutely terrible joke. Too soon, you dumb shit. TC Paintball online at tcpaintballgr.com. If you want to schedule your own party at TC Paintball. Excuse me. Another week, another vehicle or another drop-off at Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid. We're getting the alignment done. We dropped it off Sunday. This is the deal where you can just drop your car off, drop the key in. This is what I want done. Smell you later. I already received an email today or a text update. Let's see. What did they write? Eric, your 2015 Honda Civic. You want a front end alignment. It is going to cost you this much. All you have to do is click the box, which I am, and approve the estimate. Okay. What am I doing wrong? Oh. So that's all you have to do. It's basically that simple. And then off and running. Hold on. What am I doing wrong? Did I approve the estimate? I swear to God I did. Approve estimate. Scroll down to the fine print. I, Eric Zane, agree to the terms of service and estimate total. Confirm estimate approval. Okay, so now then they see it on their end. They get to work. Here's your bill. You pay online. Here's your car. The keys will be in this location. I don't see anybody. I just drive in, get the car, and leave. Smell you later. Actually, that's Jackie. She's going to pick it up. But I promised her I'd get fixed for her. Cars. Just love them. My God. It's a car weekend. So Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. Irvines.com, 616-532-6600 in West Michigan. 616-532-6600. I'm still trying to figure out asshole of the day today. Believe it or not, as much as I thought it was a nice speech, I think I'm going to give Arnold Schwarzenegger a nomination on asshole of the day. Again, we want this to go away, right? We want to put a little distance between you, me, and the ugly thing that happened. And I don't think drama-filled, gigantic, big deal, patriotic music playing. By the way, that was the best acting he's ever done, I thought. Who can be the asshole of the day? The Ravens? Nah. I think that Schwarzenegger trumps the Ravens. Actually, I have someone I know coming up in the show that I know will be a bigger asshole of the day. But let the record show. Arnold got a vote, in my opinion. A lot of you are like, oh, that was so great. He spoke true words to me. I don't think it was appropriate in any way, shape, or form. Quit making such a big deal and all this grandstanding bullshit at so far after the fact. Okay? It just seemed a little much to me. I think it was I thought he was taking advantage of the situation. And Trump can't say shit anyway. So hang on, I got to get a drink of water here. All right. By the way, I'd love to hear what you think about that. I've been making a lot of sense lately. I if I do say so myself. I bet you some of you were like, "Oh, I bet you Zane's gonna go. He's gonna love that Arnold thing." I had more than one person send it to me. You're gonna. I bet you're gonna dive right in and love this, man. We gotta support Arnold. Nah, fuck him. Fuck that guy. I just want to forget about the whole thing. Okay, it's over. Byron Center is where you'll find F45, getting in shape at F45. During a pandemic, you're still getting ripped, yeah. F45, Byron Center, Michigan, F45training.com/Byron Center is the website. Again, this is around here in West Michigan. If you're in that area, this is where I want you to work out. Now, typically, you're moving from workstation to workstation. You might do the ropes. You might then move to the next spot, grab the medicine ball. And then the next one, you got the dumbbells. And there's someone going, come on, you can do anything. Let's go. Get your ass in gear. Come on. You're going to be so hot. They can't do it that way now because that moving from spot to spot, that's you could get sick. So in Michigan, you can't have that type of exercise program. However, you can do individual. So what they did was they cordoned off spaces on the floor, 9 foot by 12 foot. You stay in there with all your little weights and whatever you're going to use for the workout. And then the group leader is there on a microphone saying, do this, do this, do this. And then that's it. That's how they adapted. I'm so proud of them for how they did that. If you want to see it for yourself and work out for free for 1 week, go to F45training.com/Byron Center and check it out. You get a week free. Okay. All right. SOHO Karen. This 22-year-old chick, how do I say it? Maya Poinsettia? She was the one, Maya Poinsettia. Maya Poinsettia is the one who tried to rip off the phone from the 14-year-old black kid. She can't find her fucking phone. When I can't find my phone, I'm always like, oh, God, where did you leave it? Where did you leave it? And Dinah's always said, where's the last place you used it? Well, I don't know what last place I used it. If I knew the last place I used it, I wouldn't be searching for it right now. That's a terrible question. What's the last place you used it? What? The story was it was in the Uber, and now they're saying, no, it wasn't in the Uber. It was at the hotel. Somebody turned it in at the hotel. Doesn't matter. It doesn't make it any better. She's basically looking. She's sitting there going, all right, where's the black people? And sees the one black kid. She tackles him, and the video shows her tackling the kid, and then the dad's going, holy fuck, man, all I want to do is play trumpet. And it gets her off of him, and then just all hell breaks loose. Is real ugly. Y'all heard that. And then she goes back to California. Well, now the video surfaced of her most recent Dewey. She's had two. In October of 2020, she got popped. I guess she was in an argument with her mom on the side of the road, and then someone thought they needed help, pulled over and said, hey, is everything okay? And they said, no, fuck you, leave us alone. So the dumb bitch gets in her car and takes off, and then the motorist followed them and noticed that she was driving erratically, so called the cops. Cops show up, pull her over. Long story short, she blew a .14. She's still awaiting charges for that, or to settle that. But while she was getting arrested for that Dewey, she freaked out, man, and she could not be controlled. The video, I'll link it up. She is throwing herself and thrashing around, and her feet. You ever see, like in the UFC when one guy gets thrown to the ground and you think that the guy who's now on top of the dude is going to punch the shit on the ground, and then the guy on the ground manages to somehow defend and punch from the ground and kick and somehow ends up getting the upper hand. She was close to that. She was so out of control. This cop was trying to get control of her, and he was struggling. So another cop comes, and they're trying to get her in control. And the guy pushes the mom, get the fuck away. So just a complete shit show. This chick is crazy as fuck, okay? And she's having the biggest temper tantrum in the world. I'd play it for you, but I can't take her voice, okay? She's arrested on Thursday of last week. We talked about that. 2 hours before the arrest, she agrees to be interviewed by Gayle King from CBS via Zoom. She's sitting next to her lawyer. This dumb bitch is wearing a hat that says daddy on it. And the word is, the lawyer said, you don't want to go on TV wearing the daddy hat. And she's like, no, fuck that. I can wear this. So, it's just a weird hat to wear. Okay. Daddy. I mean, that's rough. And in this, she actually shuts down Gayle King, snaps at her. Now, in my opinion, Gayle King is one of the best interviewers on TV. I've talked about it before. Her work when she had that lunatic R. Kelly was just awesome. And this stupid bitch is talking to King, and dumb bitch has her lawyer with her. When the chick tries to shut down Gayle King, you see the lawyer go, stop. Just gets ugly. 2 hours later, she's arrested. Twitter was funny because they said, now we know who tipped off law enforcement as to where Maya Ponsetto was. It was Gayle King. This is it.
Attacking a black teenager and falsely accusing him of stealing her cell phone has been arrested in California. It happened last night. You might remember this video. Mia Ponsetto approached 14-year-old Keon Harold Jr. at a New York City hotel last month, accusing him of stealing her phone. His father, jazz musician Keon Harold, recorded the encounter and accused Ponsetto of racial profiling.
We have what you see two black people.
No, I'm not letting him walk away with my phone.
Now, the video shows Ponsetto trying to stop the teenager from leaving the hotel lobby and then rushing toward them. Hotel surveillance video shows the 22-year-old woman tackling Keon Jr. Now, he never had the phone. It turned up several minutes later at the hotel. New York City detectives went to California yesterday to coordinate Ponsetto's arrest in connection with the confrontation. She was contacted at a traffic stop in Ventura County near Los Angeles. Officials say that police had to pull her out of the car when
she resisted on this one too.
She refused to get out. Now, in an exclusive interview, we had just done that interview yesterday afternoon. Her lawyer spoke with us before she was arrested. They told us that NYPD had not yet contacted them. Mia, help me understand. What made you think that Keon had your phone? That's why I'm confused. Why did you think he had it?
Now, the honest answer would be, well, you see, Keon's son is he's black, and that's what I was looking for. And since he's black, I figured he stole it.
Her lawyer spoke with us before she was arrested. They told us that NYPD had not yet contacted them. Mia, help me understand. What made you think that Keon had your phone? That's why I'm confused. Why did you think he had it?
I was approaching the people that had been exiting the hotel because in my mind, anybody exiting is probably the one that might be the one that is trying to steal my phone. I admit, yes, I could have approached the situation.
So she said she was going up to everyone
differently, or maybe not yelled at him like that and made him feel, maybe some sort of inferior way, making him feel as if I was like hurting his feelings, because that's not
your fucking mouth, bitch.
My intention. I consider myself to be super sweet. I really never ever meant for it to like hurt him or his father.
I want to hear from her boyfriend, or if she has one, or a former boyfriend's like, oh fuck, it's rough.
Either.
Are you saying that you were stopping everybody in the lobby, asking them about your phone? Is that what you're saying?
No, only the black ones.
Not everyone, just the people,
just the Negroes. She would have said
that. In the meantime, while the hotel manager was checking the footage, I just wanted to do my part as best as I could.
You just described yourself as super sweet. I know you've seen the video. When you look at the video, the reaction seems...
You know who's never super sweet? Person who says they are super sweet.
Very extreme. It doesn't seem like it's someone who's super sweet.
How would you feel if you were alone in New York?
How would you feel if you were alone in New York and you lost your phone and then you saw a black person? I mean, what would you do? Of course I thought he did that. I'm alone. I lost my phone, and then I saw one of the blacks. Of course I'm going to do what I did. Wouldn't you?
And, you know, you're going to spend time with your family during the holidays, and you lose the one thing that gets stolen from you that has all of the access to the only way that you're able to get back home.
I just don't think I would randomly attack people is what I'm saying to you. I know you said you could have handled it better, but I just don't think I would randomly attack.
How does this lawyer of hers allow her on television? The lawyer knows this chick's crazy. You need to do everything you can to keep this interview from happening. Okay? If your job is to protect your client, letting this person speak publicly is not protecting your client.
People in the manner in which you did. What do you think when you look at that video? You're standing there in your leggings and your flip-flops, and it looks like you're just going nuts, for lack of a better word.
No, I'm not letting him walk away with my phone.
I don't feel that that is who I am as a person. I don't feel like this one mistake does define me, but I do sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, apologize that if I made the son feel as if I assaulted him, or if I hurt his feelings, or
if I made the son feel that I assaulted him, you fucking tackled him, you stupid idiot.
The father's feelings.
I don't believe one mistake defines anybody, but I think when I look at that particular video, you did more than just accuse him. The video seems to show that you physically attacked this young boy. You do see that too, right?
But at the end of the day, the dad did end up like slamming me to the ground and pulling my hair.
Well, yeah, I would too. If my 14-year-old kid is just minding his own business, is walking to the hotel lobby, and this sick bitch that tackles him, I'm going to fucking put my foot right in her face. Rightfully so.
And throwing me and dragging me across the ground. So I will say that.
Yeah, but I think,
God,
the video we saw, it looked like you had just attacked his son.
Yeah, the footage shows me attacking his son. Of attacking him how? Yelling at him? Yes. Okay, I apologize. Can we move on?
See, she's not addressing that. She's saying, oh, yeah, I attacked him by yelling at him. No, that's not at all. That's not it at all. And that's what the evidence is already going to show and already has shown.
I know you're saying I don't need to, I just want to apologize, but I do think that there should be some context to your actions that day.
Okay, so basically, I'm a 22-year-old girl.
Here it goes. This is the I'm so young, I should be allowed to do this. I'm 22, okay? I can, when police arrest me for being a drunk bitch, I can do that. I'm only 22 at that point. So that all makes sense, okay? I know
you're saying
I should be given that,
attacking a black teen.
I should be afforded that.
Where is the context in that?
Mia,
what is the deep racism attacking him how? Yelling at him? Yes. Okay, I apologize. Can we move on?
I know you're saying I don't need to, I just want to apologize, but I do think that there should be some context to your actions that day. Okay, so basically I'm a 22-year-old girl. Racism how is one girl accusing a guy about
she wanted to say a black guy, but she held up for some reason.
Phone a crime? Where is the context in that?
Mia,
what is the deeper
Mia,
story
it's
here?
not, that's not the problem. You have to at least understand your actions that day. You seem to have attacked this little boy, this young boy, this teenager. You seem to have attacked this teenager about the phone. And then it turned out he didn't even have your phone. That's the thing. I mean, you're saying, look, I'm 22 years old. You're 22 years old, but you are old enough to know better. So I will say you're 22. I get it.
Enough. The hotel did have my phone.
Okay, so now, just so you know, she put her hand up. Mia Ponsetto put her hand up and said, okay, Gayle, enough. And like shushed her through Zoom. It was incredibly effective. And then that's when the attorney goes, oh, stop.
I mean, you're saying, look, I'm 22 years old. You're 22 years old, but you are old enough to know better. So I will say you're 22. I get it.
Enough. The hotel did have my phone. The hotel did end up having my phone.
Oh, God.
I did get my belongings returned to me.
Oh, fuck.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Great, Gayle.
Okay, now they're going to go back to the studio and break it down.
Enough.
That was my favorite part. Enough. Now, the
They're
Harrell
laughing.
family's lawyer released a statement last night. They said this is not about an apology from someone who until a few days ago was claiming she did nothing wrong and, in fact, alleged that Keon Harrell Sr. had assaulted her, someone who targeted a 14-year-old black teenager because of the color of his skin. We'll have more of our interview with Miss Mia Ponsetto on Monday. You know, I actually felt for the attorney there who was really trying to help her. And then, you know, when she interjected, Mia would get upset about that. She insisted that she's not racial profiling. She has an explanation about that. And, you know, it was reported that an Uber driver returned the phone. She says that's not true. So she wanted to make an apology, but as I said to her in the interview, I'm not sure you're helping yourself here.
Well, the point is, he didn't have her phone.
No, he did not.
And
he did not.
Interesting choice of hat, by the way.
Yeah. Also, the point is that the video footage is pretty clear, and she doesn't seem quite ready to acknowledge.
There's no doubt she's had sex with her dad. Anybody who wears a hat that says daddy on it has had sex with their father.
What it shows.
Her lawyer, Sharon, sitting by her side, tried to help her. It's interesting you would point out the hat because Sharon said, you know, you might want to remove that hat.
No.
And she refused to do that, too. So it was an interesting afternoon. And at the time, you know, I said, have NYPD been in touch with you? They had not. So it was interesting that right after that, after that interview.
Gayle needs to say, I then called the police and said, here's where she is.
She was stopped and then arrested.
Well, she said she didn't understand why it's a crime. Well, she might learn now.
Yeah. Okay. It's a very sad story, though. Really,
it is a very sad story.
I think something sad about her and the fact that the trauma that she put this 14-year-old teenager through.
Yes.
That's
Stupid,
not okay.
belligerent bitch. Oh my God. You know, honestly, I don't. I think you can just say, yeah, well, she was racially profiling. I have no idea. She did go after a black kid, but I don't know if that necessarily indicates she's a racist. I was joking about it, but I mean, who knows? I know that the DA, when they did charge her, there was nothing to indicate that the charges would include the added charge of it being race related. That the charge was just like assault or whatever. It referred to the young man as a boy, as a child, as a teenager. It didn't say black teenager, and the charges didn't seem to be race motivated, which was a problem for the dad and for the attorney, but that's for them to figure out. But at the end of the day, this chick is completely sick. What an asshole. And she's completely crazy. And when they let her out, because she was taken and booked in New York, her feet were cuffed. She was shackled. And because they know that she's deadly on the ground. I mean, you don't want those feet flying. She's an absolute lunatic. Crazy, crazy chick. Folks, on Friday, we brought back on the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, Bet on Ben video. Okay? It was like, well, we're not going to know till we try. Ben and I have been doing the podcast the last couple of weeks on Zoom, on Patreon, live for the folks that are tier 2 on Patreon. And I know that a lot of the folks who are on tier 2, I know them personally. I have their emails handy. So what I did was, there's usually only a dozen people that are watching those videos. I go, let's play Bet on Ben. So the way we did it was I just took the Zoom invite, type their email, and then send it, and then ding, ding, they check in. I go to them, and then it's me, Ben, and whoever, Kenny in Nashville, playing the game Bet on Ben. And we started it. If you got the first question right, you won $1. And then you can go double or nothing, and you can keep doubling or nothing. And the most we got to was, I think, a chance to win like $8. I think Amanda played for $8 and screwed it up. But if you remember the game Bet on Ben, we've brought it back for the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, and it worked awesome. So that's yet another reason to sign up on Patreon. And now you can save 10% if you pay for it all at once. You can pay for the full year, and you don't have to worry about the monthly fee coming out each month, whether or not it's going to go, whether or not it's going to be. For some reason, Patreon, and it's weird. I don't know why it does that. Yeah, you got to do it on your own for some of you, but others, it doesn't. I've never understood that. But that's above my pay grade. You can now sign up for the whole year if you want and get it all out of the way. And when you do that, you save 10% on your membership. Featuring the Lost Zane recordings twice a week, Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, like I mentioned, and a ton of other stuff on Patreon. Okay, Forever Lawn West Michigan. This is just fantastic. Foreverlawn.com/WMI. Forever Lawn West Michigan. What they do is they offer canine grass, playground grass, golf greens, sports grass, splash grass, landscaping, and it's installed this synthetic turf, and you never ever have to worry about your grass looking like garbage. It looks and feels exactly like real grass. You never need any type of maintenance on it. It comes with a guarantee, which means, well, you're covered for the extent of that warranty, and that improves the value of your home. More and more people are turning to synthetic grass, and if you want more information on what they do at Forever Lawn West Michigan, call them at 616-258-6450, 618-258-6450, or foreverlawn.com/WMI. Speaking of grass, Horizon Hydroponics, HORIZEN hydroponics.com. Spend $250 or more. Shipping is free anywhere in the U.S. They help you grow things. Could be carrots or cannabis. Horizon hydroponics.com. 4 locations. Grand Rapids on Alpine. Byron Center is the Growers Outlet, Kalamazoo, and Lansing. And then my friends at Stella Fly, S is in Sam, T is in Tom, ELLA Fly, S is in Sam, T is in Tom, ELLA Fly. Okay. You got a business? You're like, oh man, I want more and more people to know that we're open for business and offering takeout of whatever it is we're good at. Shawarma. I sure wish I could have more people knowing about it on my Facebook page, but I don't have time. I'm too busy making the shawarma. Call upon Stella Fly. Can help you, teach you, and even run your Facebook page for you. Okay. They're not going to help you build your parlor page. Facebook, any other social media, they can help you with that. StellaFly.com for more information about how you can tap into their resources to get more people in your business's door. StellaFly.com. All right, before we get to the Justin Thomas, the PGA golfer. By the way, did you see the other thing? There was some golf event, some big, I don't know, something in the golf schedule that is a big deal, and they had it at one of Trump's golf courses. They said, fuck it, we're out. We're not doing it. Everybody's cutting ties with Trump. It's like, my God, 4 years later, after it all started, now everybody's cutting the guy off. No golf event at the Trump golf course. I'm waiting for Trump to, he can still have a press conference. If you're Trump and you've already been, you have no access to be able to tell the world how you feel. That's all been cut out. Love it or hate it, it's the way it is. He can still call a press conference. Isn't that how it is? You just say, all right, I'm going to have a press conference, and all of a sudden you're on all the networks. That's even better. Just put the camera on you for 24 hours. Just and with, hello, I'm over here at the desk. I'm over here over off, and then bring in have a talk show, just like fucking Jimmy the Gent on Goodfellas, or on what was it? Was it Jimmy the Gent? Yeah, it was Jimmy the Gent on Goodfellas, or was it Casino? It was in the movie Casino. Remember Sam Rothstein had his own talk show? It was the same person playing it was De Niro playing Sam Rothstein. So you could have the Donald. My first guest is guy who wore the fucking buffalo horns, shirtless guy. Come on in, have a seat here. So what's the word here? Are you Antifa? Are you QAnon? Spill the beans. Come on, beautiful beans. Spill those beans for me, QAnon buffalo head guy. All right, thank you very much. Our next guest is going to be Nancy Pelosi's lectern. You were stolen by that one guy. Your thoughts? Okay, come on in here. And then he can just have all these guests that were like storming the Capitol, and he can keep it on him like 24/7. Why? Why wouldn't he do that? I don't know, just a thought. Something you might see. All right. So Justin Thomas, I'll get to that story in a second. The golfer, he's in deep caca. There's a what's that guy? What's that baseball announcer? Was it Marty Brenneman? Brenneman. Was it Sam Brenneman? Is it Marty Brenneman? Who was the guy that said F rhymes with bag? Tom Brenneman. Marty Brenneman was his dad. Tom Brenneman is hearing what Justin Thomas did and said, shit, man, you're screwed. If he isn't screwed, Tom Brenneman's like, oh, come on, man. I had to go down to Ecuador and call baseball games or whatever the fuck I'm doing right now. And here you are. You're going to get off scot-free? Because we all know that when you say F rhymes with bag, you got to make the apology right away like Tom Brenneman did and then hope for the best. Now, it did not work out for Tom Brenneman. Will it work out for Justin Thomas? We shall see. The world nowadays, you can't say F rhymes with bag. I think F rhymes with bag is actually more damaging these days than the N-word because of Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson got away with it, and he said the N-word, and then he got a better job. He moved up the ladder from saying the N-word. So that clearly is not nearly as big of an issue these days as saying F rhymes with bag, because Tom Brenneman is calling baseball games for like the Puerto Rican League or the Summer Baseball League or some shit. And that's a miracle that even happened. All right. But the thank you for your service policy at the Eric Zane Show podcast household was in full effect again. I left you last week with the concern, being shared that I just wasn't getting enough done around this house. So much time being spent on the podcast that I have to almost set boundaries for me. Like, okay, you're putting all this work into it, trying to build this thing, trying to keep this a viable thing. It requires a tremendous amount of effort, and you're a one-man show. So, I could work all day, all night, and it still wouldn't be done. It'd constantly be. But at some point, I think as a small business owner, you can probably relate. You got to shut the shit down, man. 8, 9, 10 hours is all you want to work every day. Outside of that, you're just here, you're burning the midnight oil. You're not really doing what you're supposed to do, and that is living, okay? If I don't live every day, I don't have anything to talk about. I need to go out. I need to interact with people. I need to have moments in the household that I can share with you. I need to be consuming what's happening in the world so that I can think about it and then tell you about it. If I am here picking my ass, doing all this arts and crafts, boring shit, that's not being podcast to the world, administrative work, things like that, then I can't live. So I got and Diana said, look, the house is in disrepair. I've just had it. I really think you got to put your nose to the grindstone and help me and do these things. I can't do these things. Now, truth be told, I'm not that good at it either, but I go, all right, okay, I'll do it. So I'm like, this is it. You're right. And I'm going to do it. And so that actually I had a good weekend for this. So those of you who are worried about this happening, which is probably one of you, maybe two, I was busting my ass all weekend. You won't believe the shit I got done. Drywall work. I mean, I suck at it, but it's better than what it looked like. I'm not an expert at it by any means. The person I know who is the expert is Sexy Voice Andrea. So after a week or two, when this cracks and falls down and just looks like shit, I'll call on you. But for now, it's done. That's handled. Then there was Kent dropped the E at a U, said, Zane, what are you doing? I'm a flooring expert. I can tell you how to make that shower, all that grout in between the ceramic tile. It looks like shit. It's yellow. And there's disease in it. It's supposed to be white. He goes, no, dummy. This is what you do. A half cup of baking soda, a teaspoon of Dawn dish detergent, and a quarter cup hydrogen peroxide. Mix it all up there. Spoon it on in the grout. Wait 5 minutes. Scrubby, stiff brush. Perfect. Done. I handled that, no problem. Then, what I'm the most proud of, now, who's with me on this? You open up the fridge, and you're just disgusted at how dirty it is. And I'm a victim of this. I'm at fault for this. I am a trash it, clean it guy. Trash it, clean it. Nothing ever. There's never any in between. It's always gradually get trashed, and then it's so gross, then you clean it. And yesterday was clean the fridge day. And son of a bitch, I am not kidding you when I say this. In the New Year policy of throwing shit away, thank you, looking at it, saying thank you for your service and throwing it away, I always have that nagging feeling, well, what if I need this? What if I need this? Fucking stop. 6 bottles of mustard, full of mustard in the fridge. I threw 6 away. I have 1 left now. And I feel so good about that. I had a 10-year supply of mustard in the fridge. I had about a 5-year supply of ketchup. I said, I'm not even going to think about it. I go walking out of the house with all of this mustard, with an armful of mustard, and like flipped open the lid and tumbled it all into the can. Boom, 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 boom. All this mustard and ketchup in the can. Oh, my God. And I'm just throwing olives, like 6 jars of olives. Apparently, the thing is buy a thing of olives, open it up, eat 1, put it back in there. Oh my God. Every time I'd open up that fridge, it would smell like heavy-duty garlic because we've got this big tub of that minced garlic, half a teaspoonful equals a clove. And it's so, even though the lid is closed on it, the whole fridge smells like garlic. It's like, fuck this shit, man. Get this out of here. So I throw all this shit away, man. You wouldn't believe it. And Kevin, No Filter Kevin, knew that I was cleaning up. He goes, hey, man, you better not throw away my damn sandwiches, my damn shit, fuck, damn sandwich, motherfucking shit, fuck, damn sandwiches. I go, don't worry, I got you, man. Don't worry about it. Just go wash your hands. So, okay, I get all that. And then you got to scrub oh, my God, the filth is so gross. Son of a bitch. Took me like an hour. Got this all done. So proud of this, man. I put it all back together. Big problem. Dropped the fucking one of the drawers and cracked it. God, I was so pissed off. Glued it back together, super glued. Built the refrigerator back. Oh my God. Thank you for your service policy in full effect. I got so much work done this weekend. My God. Okay, as I indicated, the F rhymes with bag is probably, it seems to be a little bit more of a problem than N-word based on Kyle Larson getting away with it. And then Tom Brenneman not. And now this golfer, Justin Thomas, I don't know. He's putting away, and they've got he's not mic'd up, I guess, but the mics have that directional quality that whatever they point the mic at, no matter how far away, you can hear like even something under your breath. So he putts and he misses while the guy's going, here's Justin Thomas lining up for looks like about a 12-foot putt. Now, if he makes this, it's going to be, oh, my God, he just called himself F rhymes with the bag. Oh,
our microphones picked up, and Justin.
Sorry, that's the apology. I don't want that. This is the actual moment.
Justin Thomas left with this for par at 4 bones.
Yeah, so easy for him to knock that birdie putt pass when you putt it through the first cut here, the fairway.
Okay, sorry, I interrupted because they're talking and leading up to it, and then you'll hear, oh, he missed it, and then you'll hear it, and it sounds louder, so you might not pick it up. I can hear it quite easily in my headphones. You might not be able to.
Justin Thomas left with this.
Easy for him to knock that birdie putt pass when you putt it through the first cut here, the fairway cut of rough. It's so difficult to pick up how coarse the grass is going to be and what direction it's going to go, and that one just got away from him as he tried to putt aggressively through it.
Ouch. Bag it. Wow. You're really unhappy with that one.
He's really unhappy with that. He just called himself what Tom Brenneman said on the Reds pregame show before he threw it over to So-and-So Roofing. Brought to you by So-and-So Roofing. F rhymes with bag was just said there on the green. Oh, boy. That's going to be a problem for Justin Thomas going forward for saying F rhymes with bag. Imagine if Tom Brenneman were watching that himself and said, oh, shit. Oh, no! PTSD. I'm going to be golfing with him here in Ecuador or whatever. In the summer league. So I guess in an effort to get right out in front of it, I don't know. I mean, who is there a playbook for this? If I'm Justin Thomas, I'm like, oh, shit. Tom Brenneman, he said sorry right away, and it did not work out. I wonder if it'll work out for me. So he called himself an F rhymes with bag. And he, the shit at the fan, he didn't even know about it, that it was picked up till the round got over with. And then, so they put a microphone in front of his face. God knows if it's the sponsors telling him to do it or if he feels like he should do it or what. I smell all bullshit here. He's not sorry about a thing. He's only sorry that he got caught. Again, people are never sorry. They're just sorry they got caught because they see the dollars and cents leaving them. And it would just be so refreshing if you said, yeah, I'm not sorry. I occasionally call myself slurs. I want you all to know that. I called myself that, and I'm going to do it again. Tomorrow, next week, I'll probably call myself an N-word. So you might want to mic me up. But I am not sorry that I called myself that. And see where that actually takes you. Side note, before I play you this apology, I in particular used to say, yeah, you're gay. Yeah, what are you, gay? Whenever, like on the radio, which is so not a thing now. I wouldn't even say that here. I would never look at someone like if they did something stupid or dumb. I used to say it like that. Like if somebody screwed up, I say, oh, yeah, you're gay. I used to do that shit all the time. And I was like, what a dumb thing to do. And back then, and this was recent history. This is like back on Freeburg and Hot Wings. Nobody batted an eye. Nobody said shit about that. And I just, oh my God, I cannot imagine ever having that cross my lips about someone. Yeah, what are you, gay? Because, oh, look at you, you tripped. You're gay. F rhymes with bag. Oh my God. That's fucking terrible. First of all, we got a bunch of gay people that love me very much, and I wouldn't want to hurt their feelings. And I wouldn't want them to kick my ass because I know they can. So fuck that shit. This is Justin Thomas acting like he's sorry.
Our microphone's picked up, and Justin is joining us now. How would you explain what happened on the golf course today, Justin?
It's inexcusable. First off, I just apologize. I mean, there's no excuse.
Imagine if you said, I apologize to all you gays.
I'm an adult. I'm a grown man. There's absolutely no reason for me to say anything like that. It's terrible. I mean, I'm extremely embarrassed. It's not who I am. It's not.
Imagine if the gay coalition or whatever, GLAAD came out and said, we have determined it's okay to say that if you're talking about yourself, or you actually have to do something gay.
The kind of person that I am, or anything that I do, but it's unfortunately I did it, and I have to own up to it, and I'm very apologetic.
We learned a lot through adversity. I know it's not been.
Why are they giving him a pass? Well, I mean, seriously, this is stupid.
Long time.
Everybody's protecting people when they say shit like this. Fuck it.
You're still digesting this, but what do you think you're going to learn from today?
I'm gonna learn never to say anything, because I was like, every time I call myself F rhymes with bag, I'm gonna lose dollars and cents. That's all I'm concerned about. I don't give a shit about any people that heard that. I don't care about anybody who I offended. I only care about what money is going to be lost and stopping that going forward.
A lot. I mean, it's like I said.
I love these people that act like, oh my God, I'm going to say it. Oh my God, I said fag. I suddenly just had an epiphany that I'm wrong. I got to do better going forward. I've learned so much of this in the 15 minutes from when I called myself fag to now. Oh, I'm just so woke now. Boy, I got to do better going. Get the fuck out of here.
It's inexcusable. I mean, I'm speechless. There's nothing.
Get the fuck out of here.
I found out when I got done on the golf course, or when I got done with
you, sir.
my round. I mean, it's bad. There's no other way to put it. I need to do better. I need to be better. It's definitely a learning experience, but yeah, I deeply apologize to everybody and anybody who I offended, and I'll be better because of it.
Appreciate you stopping by to express that.
Such bullshit. Come on, man. The only thing you're bummed out about, you don't give a shit about anybody. You just are worried about yourself, and I hope everybody sees through that shit. I mean, and God knows what's going to happen to him. It's not up to me to decide what the hell happens to that guy, but quit acting like you're fucking sorry. You're not. Holy shit. Okay, I got one more thing to talk about, and it happened again while I was sound asleep. I've talked about this many times. There is not. Can you imagine being sound asleep and hearing, ah! The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage says my gosh, what an incredible time to get a mortgage. The rates are so damn low. Now, for some of you, this is going to be an easy, quick process when you reach out to Mario from the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Okay. Others, Mario's like, I understand some of my clients are going to have a great credit score and others aren't. He wants to make sure you're well aware that he serves all clients. Not every mortgage person does that. They aren't all created equal. Be perfectly honest with you here. If your credit score stinks, it's a lot more work for Mario. Okay? He says, hey, I have an open door policy. Because, a guy who only wants a dude who's looking for $1 million mortgage, he's going to say, sorry, I can't do it because your credit score is in the dumper. He's going to make up a story, whoever that is, he or she. Mario's like, I take them all, man. I try. I run out every damn ground ball. Okay? First of all, someone who's at the bottom one day could very well be at the top the next. They know that Mario's their guy for life. Mario knows that. And that's just the way he operates. He wants everybody to get a shot at a mortgage. So all I'm suggesting to you is bang on his door and see what he says. Perhaps he can help you get into a mortgage. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Reach out to them. You can just get to Mario's website by clicking on his logo at ericzaneshow.com. And then you are off and running. Okay? And then, my friends at Blue Frost IT, we've got a Tech Tuesday event coming up tomorrow. Kenny, I need you for that. That'll be 7 o'clock my time, Eastern time. Myself, Alan from Blue Frost IT, and Kenny, Tech Tuesday, talking this nerd shit, yeah. And maybe some college football talk because the national championship game is Monday, and I know Alan is like the biggest fan of college football. He loves it all. So thank you to Blue Frost IT, the managed IT service provider for the show. If you're a business in West Michigan, if your tech goes in the dumper, I know who you call. Blue Frost IT, 616-200-8550. 616-200-8550. After they repair, your setup, then it's probably a good idea to say, hey, Zane also talks about a managed IT service contract. What is that? Yeah, you pay Blue Frost each month. And that's like your insurance policy against this from happening again. Because if you're just starting from scratch, it might take you a little longer for him to get your stuff fixed up and running. But if you're already a customer, Alan, help! He remotes in. He fixes you really quick. Great startup business, Blue Frost IT, online at bluefrostit.com. So the other night, sound asleep. And then I hear it. It's never a good thing to hear. Oh! Imagine, sound asleep, you hear that. Oh my God, that's terrible. I'm freaking out, and I'm like right away scared to death. And then I hear, honey. And I'm like, what's going on? And she says, you're having a nightmare. It was me. And the thing is, I remember in the dream screaming like a bitch. I mean, like like a horrible, probably the most, probably the least masculine scream ever in the dream. And I actually remember the dream because if you wake up and start to recall it right away, it'll burn into your brain somehow. You know how normally like, oh, I had a bad dream. And a minute later, you've already forgotten it. No. I committed to it. And in the dream, I was in a hallway. It was in my mother's home that we grew up in, okay? And holy shit. I'm in the hall, and then I knew that I was going to be face-to-face with a witch. Not my mom. My mom's in heaven going, what the fuck? No, it wasn't her. But I knew that there was a witch in the house. Like, not the type of witch like Wicked Witch of the West. Or is it East? No, Glenda was the good witch from the East. The Wicked Witch of the West with a pointy hat. It wasn't like that. It was like going to be some lady whose like tits are melting off and she's got like worms coming in and out of her eyes, and she's going to get me in the dream. And so in the dream, I'm like, oh shit. And then the wind is blowing in my face in this hallway. For some reason, there's wind. And I can hear the witch coming, and she's going to be face-to-face with me. And then I realize as the wind is blowing, she's not going to be face-to-face with me. And I get the urge to turn around in the dream, and I know what's coming because I turn around, and there she is. And so that's when I started to scream, oh shit, fuck. And then I was making so much noise that I could hear me in like real, like now, like here in the bed. And I remember thinking, you're screaming. Right at the same time that I hear Danny go, honey, you're screaming. It's your turn. You're screaming, scaring the shit out of me. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, my God. That dream was rough, man. And it was so burned into me that after screaming like a bitch, and Diana and I woke up, it came back. The fucking dream came back. But in the dream, I did a donkey kick when she was right behind me, the witch. And so if you're on the video live stream, you'll see me like I'm back in the same spot. And I did a donkey kick and kicked that bitch right in the twat. So fuck her. And I can't believe I did that. All right, there you go. That's going to do it. Email me, eric@ericzaneshow.com. This podcast is done. My Ride in the Work song was Brighter Days by J.J. Gray and Mo Fro. I'm going to play the live version for you because I think there's brighter days coming. I really do believe that. And I love that song. I think you're going to like it. Okay, folks, you have a great one. Thanks for giving me the time and paying attention to the podcast. I'll be back with Patreon. I saw one of you posted something very funny on Zaniacs United. And it was ruin a band name with one letter. Pink Floyd became Pink Flood. So I thought that was pretty funny. So I'm going to get into that a little bit. All right, folks, have a great one. Talk to you down the road. Bye-bye.